and today I'm going to be showing you what's the best way to use every single trap and what traps are the best to put together. So let's get into it. So first, as you can see right here, we got the sound walls. Sound walls, they're typically used for propanes to make them drop their tanks, but a lot of people, including me, will use them just to well, you know, stun the enemies. Not stun so much, but as to just make it so they can't attack things, basically, because they're dancing. So if you're going to use them, you put them at the start of a trap tunnel, or if you're going to use them in a mission, like on an objective, you put it around the objective. I do it with a lot of them, just to stop them banging on the walls, so say the floor launchers could push them away, or so other traps can kill them. So that's pretty much how sound walls are used. It depends on the roles too. You shouldn't usually put two sound walls right next to each other unless they have different reload speed. So this one, it has double reload, and I'm pretty sure so I've got this one which has only got a purple reload, so you could put that there so they go off at different times, because I'm pretty sure if a sound wall activates a husk, so I'm dancing now, can't exactly use this one, I'm dancing, and then this one activates, it'll make me stop dancing. That's pretty much how it works for an enemy. So you got to get two different reloads, which also helps a lot, because this one activates, okay, another wave comes in, this one activates, and then this one, back and forth. And that's pretty much it. With broadsides, they've kind of been pushed out now that walled up, so yeah, they've always been here, but now they're a lot better. So with broadsides, the best way to use them is in a 1x1 tile like this, so they can come back and forth, just in these sort of trap tunnels. You shouldn't really do it two apart, like broadside there, because it wastes a lot of damage where you could use wall darts. With ceiling drop traps, there's 3 different settings on them, if you will. The top one, that's 100% damage, 3 tiles high. This one is 75% damage, 2 tiles high, and I'm pretty sure this is only 50% damage, 1 tile high. So to maximize your damage output, you want to put your ceiling drop traps 3 tiles high. The best traps that you can use with ceiling drop traps are freeze traps. When the husks come here, they'll get frozen and they'll get killed by the ceiling drop traps. I like to use them in a lot of my builds. So I don't know if you guys know, but ceiling drop traps and freeze traps are directional. As you can see, these are facing this way, but you can also make them face a different way, as you can see. So they're directional, whichever way the husks are coming from, we're going to put it facing that way. I'm not going to break that. Yeah, freeze traps. If say your objective is right there, you want to place the freeze trap while you're facing it. That's the directional use of it. So face the objective and place it down, and it should work fine, just as long as you get these right. It's not that much of a difference, but it helps. As you see with the 2 tiles and the 1 tiles, it's the same. I don't think I've ever met anyone who puts them like this, 1 tile high, apart from the Stonewood players. So next up we got the ceiling electric fields. They can be used 1 tile and 2 tiles high, depending on the way you build. For 2 tiles high, they are really good. They can get husks, which are down here and a bit over here. With the 1 tile highs, it's got a 3x2 range, so it can come out to any of these tiles and kill the husks. You can really put any floor trap down, tar pits maybe, or freeze traps, it's entirely up to you. But that's pretty good placements for the electric fields. It depends on your build really. Next up we got the wall darts. Wall darts you can use in a 2 by 2 area like this if you're using trap tunnels. And we've also got the other trap, the wall dynamos, right here too, so you can get double the damage and you also get the wall darts shooting across to both sides with the half walls with the wall dynamos on them. You can put tar pits or freeze traps. Once again, it's up to you. Personal preference, I use freeze traps. So that's how you use the wall darts with the tar pits or freeze traps and wall dynamos, just like this. Wall darts can also be extended to 3 tiles, so you can move it back even more if you want. Move them both out and have another wall right here with wall dynamos. But this should be enough, just if you build the trap tunnel in the right spot. Next up, we got the wall launchers. So typically 2 impact and 3 impact wall launchers are all you really need, unless it's some kind of crazy build. So if you're using 2 impacts in trap tunnels, you can put them around so they get knocked back and keep coming back. See, if you do something like this in your trap tunnel, you can put like the damage traps around here. If you break that, you can put the damage traps there, you can put one there, and you put one there and one right there, and you can have any ceiling trap you want, it's up to you. So we got the wall dust shooting you from there, the wall launcher shoots the husks over here, and they keep coming back, kind of like a pinball effect, just to get them out. So that's the best way to use wall launchers for trap tunnels. If you're surrounding an objective, then like I said, you just want to surround it and put wall launchers down all around it, but you should use 3 impact ones there to get them back as far as you can. And that's how you use the 3 impact and 2 impact wall launchers next to each other. Like I said, these the 3 impacts right here. Normally I'd use them if I'm trying to knock them off something, otherwise I'd use the 2 impacts. So if you're trying to knock them off something that's 2 tiles, say, you can use the 3 impacts. That helps a lot. Like if you got a ramp in your game, you can do this, because sometimes it can knock the smashers off too. And put your wall launchers down around here. With wall spikes, normally they're only used for their 6th perk. You can have increased building health, or you can have heals attached. I got these the wrong way around. Increased building health or heals attached. You can put them on both sides of the wall to get double the effect, like with retrieve the data. You can put one on the front and you put one on the back for double, especially with your base combined. It does a lot. So these are the best things for the wall spikes. You can put damage perks, but I just use durability. Yeah. Next up we got the flow launchers. I use this sole build for the 3x3 missions, like repair the shelter, evacuate the shelter, you know. So I put the flow launchers down, and then I put a ramp one above. You normally want to do this instead of putting it up by 2, even if you're using a 3 impact, because you get a lot more out of just putting the ramp 1 tile up, like this. You can use 3 impacts to knock them back further. 2 impact is all you need usually though. I like to pair them with freeze traps right here. So put the flow launchers there, and I put freeze traps here, and I also put tire traps at the top, which is all you really need for some missions. You can use flow launchers for trap tunnels, maybe at the start or at the end if you do something like this, but I don't usually implicate them into my builds for trap tunnels, only surrounding objectives. Now these are tar pits mixed with wall launchers, so if you want to make a kind of bridge effect, then you can put them like this. So the tar pits will slow the husks and smashers down, so the wall launchers can push them off, which is really helpful in some builds depending on what spawns you get. If it's near the end of the map, then you can push them off, or if it's on top or something like that, then you can do it. That's one of the best ways to use wall launchers and tar pits together. Next up we got the floor spikes, the wooden floor spikes. Like with the wooden wall spikes, you can have heals attached and increased building health, but that doesn't matter too much because these are meant to snare husks. You can put crit damage rolls on them just for the extra damage, but usually I put durability on them to maximize my damage. maximize my... Jesus Christ. I put durability on them to maximize their use, because you put them at the start and it snares the husks, slows them down, and it damages them a little bit, which is really helpful because it slows them down all the time. They don't need to reload. Next up, we got the freeze traps again, just mixed with the gas traps because they are directional. Like, see how they're differently placed. So the gas traps here, if you're going to use them, you should put freeze traps below them to hold the husks there when the gas trap is doing its thing, just to maximize the damage from it. So when the husk walks along, they get frozen, and then the gas trap does its thing and just obliterates the husk by dealing affliction, which is really handy. And that's the best combination between these two traps you can use. Next up, we got trap tunnels. The ceiling zapper is what you use at the end of a trap tunnel. So this is the start of a scale trap tunnel. The husks go in, they get killed by the broadsides and the gas traps. And at the end, you put the ceiling zapper just for anything stronger that could have made it through, like a smasher or something else stronger, or just a husky husk that made it through somehow. With the broadsides and the 1x1, as you can see. This is a pretty basic trap tunnel, if you guys are wondering how to make one. But that's pretty much it. You can put a wall launcher there, sand wall there maybe. And that's pretty much it for the trap designs. I can show you how to make a couple trap tunnels. But first I want to go over some trap perks. So with most damage traps, you can just put one of every perk on it. That's pretty much the universal rating for them. You can change them to your liking though. I just use these on my ceiling drop traps. So we got damage, crit rate, and reload durability. It's pretty much the same with most of my traps. As you see with the electric fields, the wall darts. These aren't my floor spikes. Mine are durability, these are our friends. I didn't know where I got them from, to be honest. Anti-air traps. I don't think I went over them yet. Yeah, anti-air traps, these are the typical rolls you want to use. You can change the last one to heels attached as well. Anti-air traps, they don't work really well with flingers, so they're just good for propanes. If you put them near the start of your trap tunnels or near an objective, they can shoot the tanks when they throw them, and they're good for lobbers as well. Just to put at the top of your build, and that's pretty much how anti-air traps work. With broadsides, it's the same. You can put double reload, double damage on them. That works too. I just put these rolls, the normal ones. With gas traps, I got double crit rating and double crit damage because they last for a long time, with effect duration as well. So it stacks. It doesn't stack, but it adds up the damage, just as you can see. So it's really helpful to put these rolls on. And with the ceiling zappers, once again, they do a lot of damage to a single target, which is why you put them at the end of a trap tunnel. 157,000, that's quite a lot, especially for these rolls. So those are the rolls for ceiling zappers. With campfires, you don't really need to be too specific, just triple healing amount, double reload with durability. That's good enough. I use them in Stone King sometimes. With the freeze traps, these are the best rolls in my opinion. Just triple durability, double reload, and one effect duration, because it pairs with the gas traps once again, and it keeps them frozen for longer. I've got two schematics for the floor launchers. You can have a 3 impact, double reload, 1 durability, or you can have 2 impact, double reload, double durability. Healing pads, they're just really any mission you can use them and just put healing on them, the reload, and a heals attached. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. You just put them in your missions in case you need them, or you use them for Stone King. Sand walls, these are my rolls. It's the same as my freeze traps almost. We got double reloads, triple durability, and 1 effect duration. With the tar pits, I just run all durability and 1 reload speed. Because tar pits need durability sometimes. It's better than damage because they last longer, and it's just better. With the wall dynamos, we're back to the one of every perk. That works good enough. And the wall launchers, it's also the same. Oh, you also want to put energy on them, by the way. Same with the electric fields and the ceiling zappers. It does a lot better than nature. Then with the wall launchers, it's the same as my floor launchers. Triple impact, double reload, and durability. Like I've been over the impacts in this video. So we got double impact, double reload, and double durability. Wall lights, I haven't really showcased, I don't really use them. They're not the best, they're just good for stunning enemies. Or you can use them in mini boss bridges in your endurances. But yeah, they're just good for stunning enemies. I have used them in my RTD build, but I don't use them too much. I'm not a fan of them, but they work sometimes in certain builds. With the wall spikes, wooden wall spikes, I've got just crit rating, double crit damage and damage on them. It's the same, just a different 6th perk. And that's all the rolls for the traps that you'll need. With trap tunnels, doesn't really matter too much. If you're doing storm shields, you're gonna want to get the direction they come from. Like with this one, it's canny, they come from south. You can fill it with tire traps, because we've got the little ramp here. So tire traps go really well with ramps because they run down, which is why you've got to get the direction right on them for maximum damage. And if you go to 3 tiles high as well, these are really good for endurances. If you put your tire traps at the start where the husks spawn, and then you can just put your average trap tunnels around. Just, you know, anything really. You've got to get the block offs right, depending on your build. So you can do the wall dart trick here with the wall dynamos, or you can do the wall launcher one. So if you do this, just like that, you can put your wall launchers there, put one there, put one there too, and then with this one you can shoot them into a killing chamber. You just put broadside, wall dart, freeze with the electric field there. You can put any trap you want. You can put gas traps, so you can put electric fields inside. And you can also put some tire traps up there. Those are mainly SSD trap tunnels. You can put sound walls if you need them. If you're doing just say a normal mission, say that's what, evacuate the shelter. I don't usually build trap tunnels, I just do kind of a stall build. But if you do, say they come from the west, you want to find the biggest area where they're most likely to come from and just build kind of a trap tunnel area. This is a good one you can do like this. If you put some walls around just to slow them down. You can put wall darts all around, a couple wall launchers and some electric fields and freeze traps. That pairs really well. It does a lot of damage together. And then you can just build some of your basic trap tunnels with your broadsides, electric fields, freeze traps, tar pits, or you can do your double walls with your wall darts, just like this. You can do whichever one you prefer the most. That's pretty much the builds, how to do trap tunnels for whatever you're doing. So like I said, with the SSDs, you want to put some drop traps, tire drop traps at the start where husks spawn, and then just build your trap tunnels with every amp in any storm shields. That's really the code how to do it. With the objectives, you can build it however you like, surround it however you want. This is just a trap tunnel to get to it, so you could if this is what you the data, you could put wall spikes on the inside and wall spikes on the outside too. It's a really decent build for it, because you get double healing if you're using your base as well, and you get more health. It comes in really helpful because the smashers don't one-shot your walls like normal. Well, that's pretty much everything I've went over today, so Thanks guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Maybe you can comment, suggest what you would like me to show you next, what kind of mission you'd need, or anything else you need. If you join the Discord, in the comments, in the description, you can find people that will help you to do missions. You can trade with them. You can get a crafter to craft you guns for exactly the right mats. I am a crafter myself. Yeah, if you give me the mats, I can craft you any one of these guns. There are other crafters as well. I can craft you traps too. Yeah, there's carries. There's people who can build your endurances for you, your storm shields, mission carries. There's a lot in there. We have a lot to offer. So try join if you can. Thanks guys for watching. See you in the next one.